We are back with another episode of Middle Age Mamas, Season 2. And it's just us today, so we get to catch up a little bit. We've had guest after guest, and it's nice just for us to take some time to chat because it's the end of summer. The kids go, well, my kids go back to school tomorrow.
Yeah,
I feel like we didn't even have a summer at all whatsoever. There was no travel, no beach days.
Not even the beach.
Yeah, a couple pool days, but on the go nonetheless. I think when you have teens, summers start to look a little different. And I do miss the days where we would just pick up and plan our day and spend all day doing what we wanted to do. How'd you guys do?
I'm just getting back from dropping off.
Yeah.
College, senior year.
Yeah.
Whoo! Crazy.
It's a senior year?
Crazy. It's her senior year.
It felt like she just left.
I know.
I wore the same t-shirt. I wore the same Best Howard Mom t-shirt that I wore when I dropped her off her freshman year.
Wow.
I wore it yesterday. I have a picture. I need to post it. But same for me. It felt like it went by so fast. I did do one beach day with my daughter, and as soon as we got there, she was like, I'm ready to go. I was like, don't do this. Don't do this. He's like, it's hot. Go get your butt in the water. Right. Like, we're at the beach. And I did do, I got some fun stuff in, but it didn't feel like, it just
felt busy.
Yeah, because I mean, I have young adults now. So I had both my girls were working, they're driving. I tried to get some stuff in with my son. He wasn't trying to kick it with me.
Everybody had their own plan.
Yeah, like that beach day was supposed to be for him too. And he was just like, eh.
Yeah, we were going to go to the beach, and then all of a sudden, everybody started talking about their sharks in the water.
Oh, my goodness.
So they talked themselves out of going to the beach. Because apparently this summer, there were a ton of shark
sightings
everywhere.
Really?
The beach, the water was contaminated a lot.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, so
I didn't hear about the sharks.
Right. I think the highlight of our summer was the Olympics. We all kind of really got invested and excited about it. We spent a lot of family time watching the events all together. So that was fun. But how did your summer wrap up?
It's been business from the day school ended to today. Right. Just business as usual. Nothing different.
Right. And you had your Vegas tournament. You got to tell the listeners what happened going to Vegas a couple weeks ago.
It's still kind of a thing for me because I almost had a nervous breakdown on the 15. Because going to Vegas, a truck with lithium batteries turned over. And so we were stuck on the freeway. So in total, it took us about 19 hours to get to Vegas.
I would have turned around.
Yeah, but turning around, it was a mess going back because everybody was turning around.
Wow.
So, yeah, I was like this on the steering wheel, like, am I turning around? Am I going forward? And then, get into the gas station because I had to stop and get gas. Yeah. If I didn't stop and get gas at this one station, the next station was like 60 miles away. Ooh. And so it was like Armageddon, like at the gas station. Like the line was like wrapped around. We drove across this field on this dirt road to get to the gas station to wait in the line. And then when we got to the pumps had stopped. Stopped working. Yeah. And so
we had so many people were getting
the
gas.
Guys, they said that they ran out of gas, but then at a point they started working again, kind of like trickling, and so only a couple of pumps were working. And so finally we got gas, and then we ended up on this workaround, I guess if you would call it, because I never even heard of the 40. Have you ever taken the 40 freeway or highway to Vegas? Never. It's the 40 to the 95, which was the only way to Vegas. Well, the workaround, the real only way is the 15.
Is that like Pear Blossom way?
I don't know nothing about Pear Blossom.
Oh. Now, how did you keep Dean entertained that entire time? Because a cell phone.
We were both crying. He was like, Mom, we've been through stuff like this before. We can make it. We can make
You were
it.
lifting each other up.
Oh my God, it was horrible.
Was he nervous that he was going to be late for his game?
Well, we missed the game because it was a game on Friday.
But most
We
people
missed it.
did, right? Because there were people behind you.
Not most, but there were 3 other people behind us. But let me tell you, so finally, let me back up. Finally, we got out of the gas station line and got on this remote dark road with no lights, and the road was going like this for like an hour or two. But anyways, even before that, my uncle, he said, call me every point you get to. So he said, call me when you get to the 95, when you get off of the 40, because the 40, we were on there about 5-6 hours, just inching. We couldn't turn around because it was just nowhere to go. People who had electric vehicles stopped on the side. People were stopped on the side in the bushes peeing and doing whatever because it was just a mess. It was so slow. Like, I could get out of the car, which I needed to like move my legs and like stand up for like 15 minutes, or I'll drive on the side of the road, and then pull up and get back in traffic and stop, and then just get out and just stretch my legs. That's how bad it was. But anyways, my uncle was telling me, every point you get, call me. So I got to the 95, which was after the 40, the standstill, and he said, so you still got 2 more hours to go. I was like, yes. In the dark, no lights, but it was, a lot of cars behind me because everybody had to go this way. And so we finally got there, and I was just exhausted, but like so exhausted, like the tournament, like it wasn't even fun, when we got there, because we were so tired. But one of the families that was behind us, first of all, I feel so sorry for my friend. She can't drive in the passenger seat, so she has to drive because she gets car sickness. So she has to drive.
Oh, she can't ride.
She can't ride. Yes, so she has to drive. Anyways, as she's driving, she's all in the mess too. She gets to the gas station. They finally get gas. She's almost on E, mind you, but they get gas and they're headed to the final end of this workaround road on the 95. And do you know, a car in front of them tried to run past a train, got stuck on the tracks. The train hit their car. They got out of the car and ran, and that pushed them back even further.
Oh my
How
goodness.
crazy is that? Like, how bad do you want to get past a train
When you're already behind?
Yeah, but just because you're trying to rush.
Breakdown.
I mean, but risk your life.
I know, that's crazy.
Just wait. We all.
So was she
been sitting.
traumatized by seeing
She was just like, oh my God, you will never guess what happened. Now we're even pushed back further. So there were some people that got there at like 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock
a.m.
And then a coach that was came with his family. They were behind us. They stayed on the road. They just drove on to the tournament the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's how long they were on the road.
Oh, that's crazy. That's not even something
ridiculous.
that you can look back and laugh at.
No, because it was not funny.
Suppress.
It was not funny at all. Like, literally, I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not prepared to talk about it like right after it happened, because they were like, oh my God, how are you?
To the point where you flew back.
Flew back. I took that rental car to the airport.
Oh, it was a rental. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't drive my car, and I flew back.
I heard that.
45 minutes. And I said, I will never do that again. And a friend of mine, I was taking her hair down a couple of days after I had gotten home. And she was like, that happened to me and my husband. Something happened on the 15. Something turned over. And we was on the freeway for like 3 hours or so. She said that was the last time I drove to Vegas. Ever since then, she had been flying. And so, yes, my sentiments exactly. Yeah. I will never drive to Vegas again.
But please tell me that you went all that way and you played other states.
Or kids that were from up north or other places. Yeah,
don't you hate that when you go to a tournament and you're like, hey, somebody
it's the same.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that. But actually,
like went 19 hours in the car.
Oh no,
to see the same people.
Kid.
Right.
No, but we did see some kids actually that Dean had played with on another team on the plane. So I was like, everybody has the right idea to just fly there and fly back. So yeah, well, never again.
Did they win?
They won 2 or 3 games. They didn't win a
Okay.
championship, so
That's okay.
I didn't care. I was ready to go.
You're right.
You have a fly right here. It's given like Pence.
Since 2020. Oh, remember that? That's funny.
Thank you. And was it on camera too? Huh?
You probably just
It was
sit
like
there.
right in the park, just chilling.
Chilling. Ooh, I hope it
Yeah.
didn't.
So have you guys been keeping up with the Olympics? They've been very exciting. I feel like this is
enjoyed
the
it.
most exciting Olympics we've had.
Really?
Other than the opening ceremony, that was awful. Because
You thought the opening ceremony was awful?
I did. It was boring.
Celine Dion?
Boring.
Are you kidding me?
Lady Gaga, boring.
First of
Oh,
all,
I didn't see it.
it was so bad.
her comeback. Like she hadn't sang a song since she had her diagnosis.
Yeah.
She blew.
Well, that part I
song
actually just saw a
out.
clip of because I was so bored I didn't.
Oh
watch
no,
the whole
you
thing.
need to go and Google that.
But the other, them coming in on those boats, I was like, this is not fun watching them like wave.
What did you want them to do?
They always walk in China or is it Tokyo where they walked around the track and it was like, or they had their berets on. United States. It just seems so silly them coming in on those rainy boats.
I didn't watch it. I need to go back. My mom was texting me about it, but I remember telling her, "Oh, I'm doing something, and when I finish, I'll check it out."
Oh yeah, it was good.
The weather was kind of
I did
stinky,
it.
kind of
Yeah.
the entire time because it rained on a lot of events.
Right, and all the
Outside
racing was
events.
very exciting because I watched
Yes.
a lot of documentaries prior to, so I was familiar
Documentaries on.
with the different track runners.
Oh, okay.
So I was familiar with the Noah Lyles guy and his competition and the things he said about the NBA. So I was like ready for it.
I didn't watch.
He's young.
I feel like now with social media that I don't need to be watching stuff like in real time.
You live for the
you don't-
clips.
I
but
live
you
for
don't
the
get it.
clips.
You don't get
But
the
you don't
whole
get the full
thing.
for the
experience.
clips.
Yeah.
I don't want the full experience. Like
You
I
need to
get
have the
Clips
full
are the
experience.
soundbite of the
just
exciting moment,
what
like
I
take
need.
off.
Yeah.
Not
I
the full.
even have friends that make their own clips. I need to give a shout out right now to 2 of my childhood friends who have been cursing me out via chat group. This is my high school crew with Selena and Shannon. Talisha and Dominique. Hello. Hi. I love you. But they have been, there was like a whole thread. I took a flight. They started the thread as I'm at the airport. When I had to
When
go
you're
on the
taking.
airplane. Yeah, when I'm taking off. Once I finally land, I go back to that chat. So much has happened, and it's all about like the Olympics. I'm trying to go back up to where I started. They were going off on just like the hair, like why are our American girls out there with all this extra hair trying to run? Doesn't it slow them down? Like I'm getting
No,
like
hair did not slow
I'm
them
getting
down.
like a whole commentary via text.
A middle-aged mom.
into middle-aged moms,
Why
like
they got those nails? Why they got
right, absolutely. Like this is not practical.
Well, no,
you know?
listen. This is
So
their
I don't
job.
need to
Sound like
watch.
mamas.
This
I don't need to watch. Yeah,
This is their job, and they want to
Right.
be fabulous
They
doing
are.
their thing.
They are.
Flojo did it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Flojo was
And she
the
looks-
original.
exactly,
Right.
the originator. So
Right.
I'm all with them
And
with
it's
the
part of the
hair and the
entertainment.
yeah,
And if they
and their
trick it
look
down-
and the hair flying in the wind when
Yeah.
they running across the finish line. I'm
Yeah.
with it.
And I remember Sha'Carri at one point, it wasn't the Olympics, but it was just a race.
Yeah.
She took her wig off.
That's
and
right.
She was like,
That's
I'm about
right.
to get busy. So
Right.
they know,
Wig.
they go with how they feel. And
Yes,
they make those appropriate
I see what I
decisions.
Yeah.
need to see, but
And they're all
you
they
gotta
all
see
have
the
makeup
whole thing.
on. Even the
Have it.
basketball players, they
they
have
had on makeup.
some of them. They do some of them do wear makeup. If they don't wear makeup, they do have they have short nails. I have seen some of them playing with short nails.
Why are they wearing makeup? The basketball? Are you talking about the female players?
The female, yeah.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about the male.
know that
Why would the guys be
I
having
don't know, 'cause
it
when you say basketball, I automatically think of men, unless you
And
say
I know
that
we
WNBA.
shouldn't. I know
I'm
we shouldn't
sorry.
be doing that, but I was certainly thinking
I
the
was
same
too.
thing. I was like, oh,
I
women
would
are
never
playing
demean
basketball.
those
I
guys
was
like
like,
that.
Dwayne Wade isn't playing anymore.
Oh, you're not right. And he doesn't wear makeup. He paints his nails. I don't love that, but he paints his nails. But
that's the new thing. That's the new thing.
No, I don't like
okay,
that,
so
though.
the women. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Really good.
Yeah, of course.
Did we win the women too?
The women won France
Gold.
today. Yeah, gold.
Oh,
Yeah,
see?
the only thing that I haven't been able to keep up with are the ceremonies because we record all of the events, but you know, it ends and then you don't get to see the ceremony. So that's the one thing that I go back and look at the
Are you talking about the closing or
No, when they get their, you know, they
when they get the medals.
music. I haven't seen one ceremony at all.
Yeah.
I haven't
So I
watched
got to go back and look at it.
Yeah,
but it's
that's fun.
exciting. I feel like
Yeah.
I haven't watched
it's
it.
gearing us up for the election. And then I was thinking today, I was like, oh yeah, it happens on election years because it's every 4 years.
I didn't even put that together like that.
I was wondering where
Yeah.
are you going with this?
But it just
Gearing
feels
us up
like
for the
that,
election.
It just
Yeah, I
feels
didn't-
very USA, like we're all uniting. I have a star
Feeling
on.
very patriotic. Is that what's happening? I know.
got your
And
red, white, and blue
I'm
on.
wearing red, white, and blue, and it is so like not planned. I was not trying to be
You have a
patriotic.
USA in your heart. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I
It's the
guess
Olympic
so.
spirit
I
coming
guess
out.
so. Like I'm
Yeah.
wearing one of
an
my
American spirit.
husband's hats, so I'm representing. Anybody needs some podiatry work, but because I was traveling and I didn't feel like getting myself together, and so I just popped on a hat, and it just happens that I'm wearing white shorts, the shorts that my daughter said to me one day when I walked in her room. She was like, "Why are your shorts so long?"
Bermuda shorts are in.
It's like that's the thing about having.
They sound the Bermuda shorts.
I know, and I thought
They
I
need
was
a new
so
name.
cute. I thought I was
What
so
they call
cute.
culottes at one point?
No, the
No,
culottes
those
are
are
the
long.
long,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they're
almost
they're
like-
more like capris.
Oh, yes, exactly. That's
Kinda.
exactly
Wide,
what they are.
wide leg capris.
That's exactly what they
Yeah. But when you're thinking you're looking cute and your kids just bring you all the way down, like
Right.
what you got on? What
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah.
Like what's happening here?
Yeah, my daughter just did the same thing to me earlier. She always does my makeup.
Yeah.
And I like color on my lips. And she is all
She's
into
in the
gloss
nude.
And the nude.
and natural. She's
Yeah.
like, Mom, you turn into a mom every time you put that color on your lips. You look all, you were looking
But
all
we
earthy, and then all of a
embrace it.
sudden you
And now you're
look
a
like a
mom.
mom.
I think
was
you
like,
probably
am a
just
mom.
haven't found your nude color. Maybe
Well, I
that's
have
what it
nudes,
is.
but I don't always.
You
wanna
don't
be
love it,
nude.
though. I love
Especially
it.
sometimes I look at photos. I went to a party the other night and I had
Yeah.
this really cute black dress. I took a picture because I listened to my child.
Yes.
and I felt like I looked so plain.
Oh.
Oh, with your nude on.
Yeah, just in photographs. So
yeah.
I'm gonna stick with my color.
Speaking of makeup, so you know how I was saying that I've been doing this running, training for a marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Out at this wonderful, beautiful trail, the Hollywood Reservoir.
Yeah.
So I went again and came back to my car. Some fool had broken into my car.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing that
and
happening on those
stole
trails.
all my shiznit, all my makeup. Like, well, for one,
Did they like ransack it, or did you like have it under the seat?
no,
or?
I had my purse in the trunk, and I made sure that I put my purse in the trunk at home.
Yeah.
So that
No one
they don't
see
see
what-
me
yeah.
doing it. I put my phone in the
Glove compartment?
In the
Oh, you didn't take your phone with you?
No, because I'm out running. I don't need anything to hold me down. I'm not like the Olympic runners. I can't be having extra stuff.
You need some leggings to have the
My
pocket.
phone-
pockets,
No,
yeah.
all I had was this is my running stuff that I take with me because I'm a runner, right?
Okay, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm a runner. I'm a track star. I have chapstick because my lips get a little dry.
need to watch the Olympics.
I get a little parched.
That's extra.
And I don't take a water bottle. Like I make sure that I hydrate the day before.
Wow.
And the morning. I'm not out
Okay,
there.
I have a question
I
for
don't.
you.
Yeah, I don't need a water bottle. Like
No,
even when I did, like
You mean
my
you're not running with a Stanley
these-
cup?
no.
Are these your instructions to hydrate the day before so that you don't need water as you run the next day?
I hydrate the day before and the morning of. So
But she's
I'm-
asking who told you that.
Yeah, like, is that a rule? I've never heard that.
Listen.
I'm sorry,
I'm
runner.
an athlete. I hate when people
Okay,
say
I'm
that.
sorry.
I hate when people
I'm an
add
athlete.
extra. People those of you out there that like to add extra syllables, stop it.
What
it's
did I
not
do?
athlete. I just said that because I'm trying to be funny.
Oh.
But
like,
yes,
what did I say?
Athlete. No, I said it. So I make
Where did you
sure.
come from?
You
Who
come
says
always trying.
athlete?
People do say athlete.
Some people do. I have heard
people
say
do.
that.
That's crazy.
It's 2 syllables, people. So I hydrate prior to, because I don't want to be out there holding a water bottle and like needing to pee on, and I'm trying to get my workout on. So I don't take a water bottle.
You're good.
I hydrate the day before and the morning. So
That's awesome.
I just gotten this new designer bag.
They stole. Wait, the purse?
Yes, it was for either Mother's Day or my birthday. It was so cute.
What designer
And they
was it?
stole it.
It was a Prada, like a turquoise Prada.
Oh,
it was
no.
so.
Wait, why did you bring your
Yeah, why is that
I
in the
don't
purse, in the bag?
Oh, you
In the car?
I don't know. It was in my trunk. It was just the bag that I've been using.
So they opened up the trunk too and just took everything.
My trunk. So my bag was in
that
my trunk. They went in my glove compartment. I didn't have anything in there. They took my
Was it a whole bunch of
phone.
other cars around?
No, they've been doing this. I've been hearing on the
Yes.
trails because they know you're going to be gone for a while.
Yeah,
And
they took my phone out the console, and I had a bag under my seat, like a little just a random, probably something like from Target or something. It didn't have anything in it. I totally forgot it was even under my seat. Those fools pulled that out and left it because it wasn't cute. They gonna take my Prada bag.
They knew what it was.
with
come
my
on.
like designer wallet. Like I was
So all your credit cards, just everything.
So, and my makeup. You know, I'm not a makeup girl. Like I make sure
Now you gotta
I
start
had
all
to
over.
go out and like buy makeup just for the show so that I could be ready. So I'm not looking crazy.
Did they break the window?
No,
They
they
had
didn't break
a
the
little
weekend.
gym room
They
rigged
have, so we also had a locksmith come to the house because they have my address, they have my house keys. So
Oh
we
my
had
gosh.
the keys.
Or you just took your
Had
key
to-
fob with you?
Yeah, just that's all I had. So back to, I had my chapstick, I had my car key only, and I had a little piece of tissue because my nose be running for some reason when I'm running.
Yeah.
So,
Wait a minute, no alarm, nothing went off?
no, and so what the locksmith told us is that, because I was saying I could have sworn I locked it, I thought I locked it,
Yeah.
I'm sure I would have locked it
Yeah.
because I had all of this stuff. He said, you probably did, and thieves are so sophisticated
Yeah.
that they have
A
this
little
device
thing.
Fob that can unlock your car.
Yeah, that when you're locking, this device is able to like capture your stuff. And he saw my key on
capture the code.
yeah, like in the air.
Oh my
in the air.
God.
Who saw your key?
The locksmith saw my key on my dining room table, and he was like, "Oh, you have a such and such car? Yes, that happens
So they have a
all the
code for
time.
it. BMW.
They have
Shouldn't say that.
yeah, but they have a device that is able to just pick up your information. And then when I needed to call about my cards, my this, my that, it was so frustrating. I was about to
I
travel.
probably would have cried.
I was ready to cry. I was on the phone with the bank and with the credit cards, and they were so frustrating. Like, I hate people that don't know how to think outside the box, and all they're doing, they're following their script.
Yeah.
Like, they're not using their common sense.
Yeah.
So I'm telling this guy, all my shiznit was just stolen. And he's like, so do you have the code on the back? Do you have? I said,
The code
I
on the
do.
back with the credit cards?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't have my card. Oh, well, can you, on the app on your phone, can you log in? I don't have my phone. They stole my phone. And I said, you are making a difficult situation even worse right now. Like, this is really stressing me out. I'm like, I'm so frazzled right now, and you keep asking me questions when I just told you I don't have any of my stuff. I don't have anything. Like, they took everything. And then the fools had the nerve.
The people on the phone?
No, the fools that robbed me.
Oh, okay.
They had the nerve, so they took my phone, and I'm like, why are people stealing phones? Like, you can't even get in my phone. Everybody has a phone. You can get you a free phone.
A free phone.
But what Selena was telling me is they probably took it so to delay the time for me to be able to call and shut all my stuff down.
Oh.
So this is what they did. They gonna throw my phone down at a farmer's market. How the hell you gonna be robbing somebody and then go to the farmer's market? That
probably throw it out the window. drove by it and drove
they
out the
were
window.
in the farmer's market. Like some good Samaritan saw a phone on the ground, saw in the corner like Verizon, and dropped it off at the local Verizon office.
They dropped the phone, not like just threw it out the car.
No, just like dropped it. It was just like on the ground at the farmer's market. Like I don't go to farmer's market and look like, oh, it looks like some criminals are here. These fools went
or maybe
to.
they were just running through.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
So I was able to at least get my phone back. Martin had already deactivated the phone, but I was at least able to get my phone back. But everything
Can you
else,
reactivate it?
Oh,
Were
yeah.
you able to use it again?
Yeah. I'm like, the phone is good, but just everything else. Like,
Everything
I still haven't even, I was so stressed. Like with travel, I was like, okay, well, I have my passport. I'm not tripping off of.
Yeah,
you can't even go into DMV anymore and get a replacement card. Like, you have to do it online. You have to do it.
Or you make an appointment and it takes a minute.
Yeah. But even so, you can't do it in person, because I went to DMV because my son got his permit.
Oh yeah.
Woo-hoo. So that's a celebration.
Yeah. Another one
with everything going on. So yes, he has his permit. He passed on the first try.
It's so funny.
So happy for him.
Every time, guys, like, oh, I gotta hurry up because Landon just did this.
Yes.
When he was doing the preliminary stuff to be able to get your permit, you gotta do that course. He's like, Landon already took the course.
Trying to keep up.
Yeah, so
I love them. Yeah, but I was in the DMV and they were asking me for my ID as his parent. And I was like, I don't have it. They said, well, do you have? I'm like, I'm at the DMV. You can look me up. Like, damn.
Note to self.
Yeah.
Get a ID, a California ID for yourself and for your kid.
Right, because that's what them fools was asking me. Well, do you have an ID? I was like, yeah, my driver's license.
You don't even have to carry that all the time. But you need that. You need that.
You know what I had?
Anything can happen.
I still have my Arizona driver's license.
Well, you can use that.
Because I was even trying to buy.
They might take it.
I was trying. They kept it for some reason. When I went to Arizona, they took my California one and punched a hole in it.
Oh yeah.
But when I came here and got my California, they didn't do it.
Okay.
So I mean, it's crazy, like the things that you need, because I was trying to buy my daughter some Claritin D.
You need an ID for that.
I could not get it because
people use it for drugs.
Because I didn't have my driver's license. I had to call in the car. My girls were in the car. My daughter, that's 21. I was like, "Can you come in here?
Can you be my chaperone?
Yeah.
Can you come in here and let them
sign for it?
Your 21-year-old ID so I can get
21.
allergy medicine?"
It was reversed. That's how it's gonna be when you're old.
When I'm old,
you're like Maya.
So frustrated.
I was so frustrated. So all that to say about makeup, I've been buying new makeup. My daughter has been helping me. I did find the lip bar. I found the lip bar.
Oh yeah, that was one of my recommendations.
Yeah, in the DC Target. Yeah. So I'm trying out all my stuff, but yeah, I'm still trying to recover from that. My card kept getting declined when I was trying to rent a car when I was in DC. It was so frustrating. So frustrating. So I wish all the bad karma on whoever stole my shit.
That's horrible. That's horrible. But I had a question for you because traveling, and I know you had an issue with your luggage.
Yeah.
Do you guys dress up when you fly, when you go on a plane?
Yes.
Sometimes I do. Or depending on where you're going.
If I dress down, it's like nice dress down. Like a nice,
what's nice dress down for you?
Like a nice designer, like sweatsuit or something. It's not just like
you had a cute sweatsuit.
Do you wrap your hair on the plane?
No.
I don't do bonnets. I don't do slippers.
Even overnight, I would wrap my hair on the plane, and then when I land, I take it down.
I'll put a clip so it's not just like out. But I wouldn't like wrap it and put a scarf on.
Not even when you get in your seat?
Unless I'm flying private, then it don't matter.
Okay, fancy. Okay,
I can't remember the last time I flew private.
Right. No, there. Sometimes when we travel as a family, I remember when the kids were young, it was really sweet. My husband he's always thinking about, like, back in the day we used to do this and we used to dress this way. So we dressed up. Like he was in a suit, our son was in a suit. Like the girls, like we looked like we were going to church, and we got so much attention in the airport. Everybody was like, "Oh, you guys look so good." Yeah. So it just depends, but for the most part, I dress comfortably
Yeah.
because I want to be, you know, I'm taking off my shoes,
Yeah.
I'm doing
Yeah.
this, I'm doing, so
Walking
I just,
far, all that stuff.
I'm sitting in the chair and
Yeah.
I don't want my pants to be too tight.
Yeah.
I don't want my bra
Yeah,
to be
all of
poking
that.
me,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I just usually go casual. What about you?
Right.
Do you,
When
and
I'm
flying-
Dean,
when
you
I'm-
and Dean dress up?
No, when I'm with Dean, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But when I like fly like on a girls trip or something, I get a little cute. I used to a long time ago before I even had kids. When I would
Yeah.
fly, I would put on a little heel or something like that. I would like dress up. Yeah, on my way to New York, dress all nice.
Well, we need to
and
plan a girls trip where we can
do
just
that,
dress
but not
do.
anymore because
Show up to
since
the,
my son,
Yeah.
I'm in some tennis
to
shoes.
the airport.
I think, you know, it was funny when I dropped my daughter off at the airport. She went to Bahamas for her birthday. She and a girlfriend. And she was running late. It was like one of those situations that we had going to Texas. It took us forever to get through the airport. LAX is nuts right now with summer
Yeah.
travel to the point where I couldn't even get her all the way to her terminal.
She had to walk.
She was like, "Let me out here, and I'm just gonna run."
Yeah.
You know. And so somebody took her and let her go up to the front of the line, and she sent me a text talking about pretty privilege.
Excuse
She's
me.
a pretty girl.
pretty privilege saved the day, and she
Okay.
didn't have to wait.
You got to use what you got.
Yes.
Especially in those situations.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, that was. Whew,
I'm so sorry you had to go.
it
through
was
all of
awful.
that.
It's such a violation.
Absolutely.
You know, such a violation. But
Absolutely.
I feel like people that criminals are so smart. Some of them are so smart. Like all of this technology, use it for good.
Use it for something
Yeah.
else.
Use it for good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you could do all of that to rob
Yeah.
somebody, you
could
could
turn
you
around
could
and do
use
something
your
else.
You have to go
smarts
through a whole lot of
for
links
good.
to do that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that
So
pissed
I've
me
been
off.
scrolling through our DMs. And
Ooh.
we got a question.
Oh.
And so it made me just think about some of the younger moms that have toddlers
Mm.
because, you know, we've all gone through the toddler stage and
Whew.
they always say kids don't come with manuals, but there's some things that we've gone through that we can just basically address and nip in the bud. So someone asked how to get their 3-year-old to brush their teeth.
Oh.
And it really made me ponder because I was like, now, is that a question that our grandparents would have asked?
No.
No.
It's just
No.
people are not giving the information to the younger generations, or
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like to receive information well, so you kind of just stop giving it. So let's
probably
answer
more
this
of-
question.
Yeah.
What stuck out to me the most with some of the younger parents that are dealing with toddlers right now, the asking.
Yeah.
The asking.
The parent asking the child.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
can I brush your teeth right now? Oh, can we put your shoes on right now? Oh, can we, you know,
Yeah.
the asking is the problem. And
Yeah.
that is the part
Yeah.
that needs to stop. Because
Right.
instead of asking, you could just say, oh, in 5 minutes,
It's
we're going
time
to
to
do X,
brush
Y, and
your
Z.
teeth.
Or like
Right.
you said, it's time to brush your
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah.
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 It's the asking.
having a routine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the kids just know.
Yes.
That's
So
what's
that
coming up.
so they just know this is going to be time for me to do this.
Right.
And I think if you want to empower your children and you want to give them options and make them feel like it's their idea, like when you're saying you're asking, give them some choices.
Right. Which color or which flavored toothpaste do you
Yeah,
want?
give them 2 choices. It's really going to be your idea,
Yeah.
but you're going to make them think that
Yeah,
it's
that is
their
their
Bubblegum
idea.
or strawberry because
Yeah.
we're brushing our
Because
teeth
we're
right
brushing
now.
our teeth right now.
Yeah.
All that other nonsense,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah, because when you're asking, you're opening up for the child to be
for
like,
them
"Nah,
to say
Yeah,
some
yeah,
I don't
nonsense.
want to."
Yes.
And then you're pulling out a phone trying to distract them,
Yeah.
or you're
No.
like, "I'll give you a cookie after you
Yeah.
brush your
Right.
teeth."
Which is pointless
No.
because why are you brushing your teeth?
Yeah.
But I'm with
Right.
Don. Like I was on the routine based method because I never really gave him a choice because in the morning when it's just me and him and I gotta go,
Right.
I don't have
Ooh,
time.
that
We don't
was
have time
hard.
for choices. So this is what we're doing. I have videos of him.
Aw.
First thing we would do, get up. He's sitting on the potty, and he would be upset, just whining and everything. And then, I just like prompt him after you use in the restroom.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna get up, wash our hands, and now we brushing our teeth, washing our face, and then we out the door. But it was more of a routine. It was never like you have an option to do this, because these are all of the things that you have to do now and going forward, because it doesn't just start and stop as a child.
Right.
This is what you have to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah, this is life.
So he got used to it, but I remember I have videos of him just frowning and don't take my picture on the potty. He was so upset, and I thought it was funny, but it was more the routine based thing for me.
Yeah, that's funny. I would think about my daughter who's 21 now. She had gone through this phase where she only wanted pink stuff, like everything, even her towel and her washcloth. And there was one morning, same thing, I'm like rushing, needing to get to work, and she was 2, and I was teaching maybe first or second grade, but they had a preschool at the school as well, so she would go to work with me,
right?
And this girl, that morning, I did not have any of her clean pink towels. So I tried to get her little self out of my tub with an orange towel.
Ooh, she had a fit.
She went like whole limp body on me, like threw her body back, like not let me touch her.
Because it wasn't a pink
with
towel.
This orange towel.
Oh my God.
I said, you can drip dry.
Right?
And
that's what's missing.
And I walked away.
Yeah.
Like little naked skinny girl stand right there. You gonna dry.
She probably just cried and watched you walk away.
Yeah.
Shake it off. I'm
not a pink towel.
I'm not playing with you.
Yeah.
I have taken her to school with just a diaper on. I'm like, you want to be embarrassed? I have her clothes.
Right.
I'm like, I don't have time to be playing these games with you. I got to go to work.
Yeah. But even if you have the time, you still don't need to give.
You don't give into that.
No. Yeah. Don't give in.
And the power struggle and going back and forth, because arguing is half of the battle. They're winning if they're engaging you in it.
But what I can say is, to make it more fun, make it more interesting, you can get them a little mini motorized toothbrush to make it fun for them to brush, because again, it's something that you have to do, and maybe since it's a kind of it's not really a novelty thing, but
it makes
to make it fun.
Yeah, they're definitely ways.
They have they light up, they make sounds,
and songs.
So,
I love the cleanup songs.
Yeah, you can incorporate all of that.
Do all the fun stuff
if you're going to give choices. If you're giving choices,
yes. But kids are not going to be running the house. That's one thing. Your kid cannot run the house.
Yeah,
like that's just not.
It doesn't help anybody.
No,
but I mean, that's the beginning of the end for you,
right?
If you allow that,
and it sets them up for when they go to school.
Yeah,
and teachers shouldn't have to deal with that nonsense. It's not fair. And I know, and I'm sure you've probably experienced this as well as an educator. But there will be times when a parent would come to pick up a kid, and the kid would be like a perfect angel for me, and then turn into like a hellion when the parent shows up.
Right.
And I would say, who are you speaking to that way?
Right.
You don't speak to your mother that way. That's inappropriate.
Like,
that's not okay.
As soon as I get home.
And then they would be so embarrassed and so shocked. And then the mother would tell me that they would say, oh, I say, Mrs. Smith, I'm going to tell Mrs. Smith or Ms. White before I was married, that they would use me at home to threaten their child to behave.
Right.
And I'm thinking, no, you are the parent,
right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to use somebody else. But I will say I am guilty of that too, because as I'm preaching, I remember you were saying how you would record Dee. One of my children, she would have a temper tantrum, and I would be recording like, ooh, I'm gonna show this to Mrs. O. Like she was like that one that you could just say her name, and they would be like, no.
No, I just say daddy, and then they'd be like, oh.
Yeah, and not even so much because they were afraid of that person, but it was because the respect that they didn't want to disappoint.
Correct.
They didn't want to disappoint that person, and I, we get it. Like, we have all been there. We get those temper tantrums. What I always said about my kids is that they would be angels at school. So good, so sweet. And by the time they come home, that's their place to just let it loose. That's their safe. That's their safe space to misbehave, to have their temper tantrums. Because one of our kids, we used to say, like, if this child behaved at school the way that they behave at home, good Lord, like, we would have been getting
Which
those phone calls. Y'all already know. Y'all already know who it is. But what's happening? See, I'm distracted.
Because of food.
So earlier I was distracted because it was so good. Now I'm distracted because it smells like it's burning.
It's probably bread.
I hope William is not burning that good old whatever he got in that crock pot, because my mouth.
You're gonna be disappointed.
I'm ready for it.
On that note, let's go check out what's burning. You guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are literally what am I trying to say? We are earning every subscriber because every day. It's not all at once. Yeah. But we see you guys.
You can't just listen. You have to subscribe.
Yeah. And shout out to my Uncle Charlie and my Aunt Susan.
They're so
They are constantly sharing our episodes on social media. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Shout out to all of our friends that support us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Join the party.
Oh yeah. For sure.
We'll catch you on the next episode. It was fun catching up, y'all. Bye.
Peace. Thanks for listening. You can find us on Instagram at 3_MAMA.S, on TikTok, and you can watch us on YouTube. If you'd like to reach out, you can email us at middleagemamas@gmail.com. Peace.